About local boy Sean Dodd gets a dream shot against champion Scotty Cardle, who's making his maiden defence. Commentary from Nick Horlin and Jim Watt. But first, let's see the MC, Craig Stevens.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the ring now from Birkenheader, Sean Masher Dodd.
A sight you would not have expected to see as recently as 3 months ago. Sean Masher Dodd from Birkenheader, barely out of the novice stages, virtually no amateur career to speak of either. When he had a central area title fight, that's his only defeat, and yet when he had an opportunity thrown his way against Gary Buckland in September, a 10-rounder which was effectively an eliminator for this title, he grabbed that opportunity with both fists. He's got terrific local support as well, a wonderful attitude, a great story, and Jim, well, the bookies make him a big underdog. This is a one-night possibility for Sean Masher Dodd, and that makes him highly dangerous.
Yeah, we're looking at a young man whose dream has come true and who proved last time out that if you give him a whiff of a chance, he'll grab it with both hands. That's what he did against Gary Buckland. I thought he was sensational that night. Okay, we have to say that Buckland did box the wrong fight, maybe grossly underestimated this man. So tonight, he can't spring any surprises. Scotty Cardle knows what he's in for here. So can he do it in talent, ability? I don't know. He can do it in strength, commitment and everything else it takes to become a champion. But I don't know if he can back it up with the skill required to beat Cardle. But we know he will give it everything, and we're in for a treat here.
We really are. Masher Dodd. It's the night of his life. A man who hadn't been in a boxing gym till he was nearly 25 years old. Here he is at the age of 31, 11 fights into his pro career. He's fighting for the British title. What a story. What an opportunity.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the champion from Lytham St. Anne's, Scott Cardle.
And here is the chap walking into hostile territory, because this is a Masher Dodd crowd. 1,200 tickets he sold. But Scotty Cardle knew this was going to be the situation. His career has ticked along slowly, but it's gone from steady progress to real big improvements over the last 18 months or so. He won the British title last time out. Now this is a first defence. And this is a man, you just get the feeling, Jim, has grown into the pro game and has certainly grown into being British champion. And he knows what a terrific Cinderella story his opponent brings. And he says, well, it's going to be a dose of reality tonight.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up, and I feel that Scotty Cardle is still improving. He is the champion already, but I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. I think he's punching better, there's a lot more power in his punches and a lot more confidence in the way he throws the punches. At one time he flitted all over the ring, looked upon his speed, but I think he's maturing, he's punching better. Now we have the tail of the tape there.
Yeah, they both came in on weight, Dodd only just, and that was arriving nearly an hour late to the weigh-in as well, which prompted some rumours that maybe Dodd had been struggling a little bit, but he came in at 9 stone 9. And he's got that reach advantage and height advantage. Can he make it count? His lack of experience is an issue. The one time he stepped up, he was beaten. That was for an area title fight. And of course, if you compare their amateur records, there is no comparison. Dodd barely had one. Scotty Cardle, a very accomplished international standard amateur. Maybe that's why Cardle is 5-1 on Dodd. Long odds of 7-2. And coming into the ring with Scotty Cardle, and now brandishing the Lonsdale belt above his head, the familiar figure of John Hartson, the old forward and a Celtic legend as well, walking Scotty Cardle into the ring tonight and bringing the belt with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow marks Remembrance Sunday, where we pay tribute to those brave servicemen and women who have given their lives in defense of our great country. In boxing, we remember those fallen, not with a minute's silence, but with traditional 10 bells. So could I ask you, please, in the great boxing city of Liverpool, to join me and to be upstanding as we pay tribute to those brave servicemen and women who have given their lives and continue to do so around the world in conflict, so we can enjoy the freedom we too often take for granted with the final 10 bells. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're all very welcome here to the Echo Arena, Liverpool, where Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing is very proud to bring you Who's Fooling Who, an evening of championship boxing action. Proudly sponsored by Dafabet, StubHub, Scott's Menswear and Inchcape Mercedes of Liverpool. We're live and exclusive on Sky Sports Fight Night. And this is 12 3-minute rounds for the British Lightweight Championship. Our officials at ringside appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Our steward in charge is Mr. Alistair Hayes. Our 3 scoring judges. From Preston, Mr. Phil Edwards. From Twickenham, Mr. Marcus McDonnell. And from Leeds, Mr. Dave Barris. Our timekeeper is Mr. Andrew East. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge from Birmingham, star referee Mr. Terry O'Connor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, in the red corner stands the challenger, wearing red shorts with white and gold. He weighed in at 9 stone 9 pounds. He comes to the ring, 11 contests, 10 wins, 2 inside the scheduled distance, with only 1 defeat. Tonight, he is the challenger, the fighting pride of Birkenhead, Merseyside, Sean Masher Dodd. And in the blue corner stands the champion, wearing black shorts with green and white trim, on the scales 9 stone 8 pounds 4 ounces, brings to the ring a perfect record. 18 wins from 18 contests with 5 inside the scheduled distance. He is the former undefeated Central Area champion, the reigning English champion. Tonight, making the first defence of his Lord Lonsdale Challenge belt, the reigning defending lightweight champion of Great Britain, from Lytham St Anne's, Scotty Cardle.
Well, gentlemen, I'll spot you in the change room, you know what I want. Shake hands, best of luck to both. God bless you both.
Terry O'Connor, the man in the middle. A hug from his trainer Joe Gallagher for Scotty Cardle. Making the first defence of the title he won earlier this year when he outpointed Craig Evans. And wanting to keep his place in a highly competitive domestic division. First, he's got to see off the challenge of the taller Masher Dodd. Dodd, who's been known by that nickname, he said, since the day he was born. His dad was known as Masher, and as soon as he popped into the world, everybody in the family started referring to him as Masher as well. And Dodd lands a cuffing left hand, but Cardle is certainly coming out very fast here.
I think Cardle should be a little bit more careful when you think of his history of the cut eyes, and you know, and they'll say there he's taking shots here you don't want to be taking. I think Dodds' biggest chance here is to inflict some early damage and then make it count. So you would think, oh, okay, you want to dent a fellow's confidence in a title fight as soon as you can do it, but I think Cardle wants to be a little more careful, especially in the early stages here.
Reddening up around the nose already, Cardle, and as you say, Jim, in so many fights we've seen of his, he does have a tendency to cut. Just looking to settle it down a little bit after that explosive start, both these men. Neither a particularly big puncher, but they're certainly unloading here in the opening 3 minutes of this British title fight.
Now, that was a wee bit nasty with the head there from Dodd. That was a little bit cynical. He rubbed his head in there. I think he's been thinking about the cut eye damage himself, but you want to do it with the gloves.
Well, he looked so good back in September when he had that opportunity against Buckland. We thought he would start well and then fade. Quite the opposite. He got better the longer the fight went on, and both these two just getting dragged into a real old tear up here. And as you say, Jim, there's every chance Cardle could come off the worst here.
Yeah, but I think Cardle's doing the wrong things. He may be the busier of the two in the early stages, but he's taking chances he doesn't have to take. Dodd is doing the right thing. He's no stylist, so he's keeping it tight, the hands up, the chin down, and just looking for openings here and there, standing in front of Cardle. But of the two, I would say Cardle is the one who maybe wants to change things a bit.
Both of them throwing punches without any accuracy there, and that's continuing here. But again, Dodd looking to show that he's prepared to just get in there and try and rough Cardle up if he can. And then Cardle looking to unload. Decent right hand getting through there from the champion.
You know, I think Dodd will be happy with the opening round here because he's found the target several times, and I think maybe he would have felt it would have taken him a few rounds to do that. Cardle, the busier of the two, but for me, the one who is getting things a little bit wrong at the moment, giving Dodds a chance. See, look, the heads coming together there.
You're jet-booking all over the place. Settle down, get behind the jab, good jab to the body, right hands over the top. Just watch his head when it's coming.
Well, you talked about it, Jim. Damage already there to the right eye. Mick Williamson, the veteran cut man, going to work early.
Well, I could see that coming, Nick, and he's going to have to think about what's coming back, as well as what he's dishing out. He's been caught on the counter too often. He gets his own punches off in the right hand landing. So more thought required from Cardle.
And let's see if Dodd can keep things going on this big stage. The one time, as I say, he boxed for a title, he ended up losing. Learned a lot, he said. And number one, he was down at super featherweight for that one, and he had some strength issues because he went down. But that fight got interrupted because of crowd trouble. He lost concentration completely and then was knocked out by Andy Townend, who's a big, big puncher. He said he learned so much from that experience. This belt, of course, once worn with pride by Jim Watt. And just to put it into some kind of context where Dodd has come from, Jim took 16 fights to get his British belt. Dodd, this will be his 12 if he can do it, and he really is giving it a go.
Well, this is the kind of action that Dodd is looking for. He's got to make it hot.
And that eye's getting worse.
And I didn't catch the referee saying how the damage was caused, whether it was a punch or a head. I haven't seen any serious head clashes. Now there's the right hand again from Dodd. He'll be happy. He's finding the target. He's having to take one on the way in, but he's getting his punches in.
They know Dodd pretty well in the Gallagher gym as Cardle looks to unload and gets a couple of decent right hands to the body in there, and Dodd learning Cardle tee off against the ropes.
Well, that was good work. That was good work from Cardle. Like, he didn't allow Dodd to come back with anything, but too often he's getting punches on by hanging around for the counter.
Yeah, Dodd came in to help Anthony Crolla prepare for his fight with John Murray, one of those battles of Manchester a little while ago, so they know him well. They like him, respect him. But also they think there's some weaknesses there that Cardle will be able to exploit. Not least, of course, the inexperience.
I think Joe Gallagher was calling on Cardle to calm down a little bit, just keep cool, and I think that's one of his problems. He's just too fired up. And this is decent boxing from him.
Got the sense talking to him this week, Jimmy. Almost feels like he's the underdog here, because everyone loves that match of Dodd story, and it really is a great story. And there's so many Dodd fans in here. All the neutrals from Liverpool will be on behind Dodd. It's almost as if Cardle wants to come in and prove a point here.
Dodd's looking a little bit heavy-legged at the moment. Just a little bit slow to get his punches off there. He switched to southpaw and back again. He's just taking too long at the moment to get the shots off.
Listen, you're boxing well.
Well, there's a fella you probably recognise, started out at lightweight, of course, Amir Khan, who owns the gym that Gallagher and his crew train out of. Just to the right there, Scotty Cardle's father, Joe, as well. He's come to support one of the Gallagher guys. Good to see him here.
Seconds out, round 3.
It was a better round, that last round, for Scotty Cardle. It's up to Masha Dodd now to try and do something about that.
Surprisingly, Dodd is trying to do it in the back foot at the moment. I know it's the early stages here, but I would imagine he should be one of the good. No, he'll be happy. He'll be happy with the amount of clean shots that he's getting home.
But he's not known as a big puncher, Masha Dodd. He had a knockout on his debut. He's just had one stoppage since then. That was a couple of years ago, and Cardle is starting to plant his feet and land. Still getting caught by those right hands from Dodd. There's a left that just caught Cardle off balance.
See, Cardle seems to be his most vulnerable when he's throwing punches of his own. You know, he just he leaves himself open. He does carry his hands low, and he gets his punches off, and he just hangs around for a split second. And that's when Dodd's landing that right-hand counter.
Landing a right hand to the body there. Oh, a lot of his work in preparation with the young Newcastle prospect Lewis Ritson, and then finished his sparring with his stablemate Anthony Crolla, who has his big night coming up in a couple of weeks. Another chance at winning the world title for Crolla. Missing badly there though, Cardle, and Dodd can't land the right hand either.
Yeah, I think Dodd wants to be coming forward. A decent jab, decent right hand as well from him. Not a lot of quality from Cardle in this round so far.
Well, he's always got that good head and body movement, Cardle. That's getting him out of trouble here as Dodd swung with another big right hand and missed. And the Cardle jab certainly thudded through there. And again, another body shot from Cardle. And again, Dodd is missing with some of these swings, and he's starting to load up with these single punches here, Dodd. And they're not getting through. And Cardle's movement is one of his great strengths, and he's starting to use it.
His movement is really good, but he doesn't leave his hands low when he's doing that, so you have to worry. I mean, a lot of these counters could be blocked if his hands were up a little bit. But still, he's the one kind of trying to take charge. Oh, a good shot there from Cardle. That was a good left hook.
Yeah, and
that shook him
as well, and his legs have gone. He's in a bit of trouble here, Dodd. And Cardle is measuring these punches, and Dodd needed to hear that bell. He was in a bit of trouble.
But your standard's still too long, mate. While you're on the ropes, we need movement.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
While you're on the ropes, roll and come on with a left hook or a right hook, but keep the chin down, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Like this. Listen.
Come here.
Listen. That's 3-1. 2-1 to him, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
We need to sort it now.
Shut your eyes.
Okay,
Yeah.
big deep breath. Get your breath back on now. Let's start using a few angles now.
Yeah, well, Dodd's still landing enough clean punches to keep himself in this fight. But Cardle seems able to take charge when he decides that the time's right to do that.
Yeah, and that's have some very strong words in the Dodd corner there. They're just getting into refocus. Sean Trodden and Danny Kelly from the Venture ABC club in Birkenhead, which is where a bit of a tearaway match of Dodd turned up when he was 24 years old and said it changed his life. And if you want an inspiring story about what boxing can do for a young man who's not heading anywhere special, talk to Masha Dodd, because he says it's given him a whole new direction, sense of purpose, and it makes him feel good about himself. It's a very inspiring guy to talk to.
And he just landed a couple of decent shots as well, one from each hand there, Dodd.
I mean, it's extraordinary, really, that we're having this fight at all. You look at Cardle and his international record, which was really, really good. 2 world championships, world under-17s, senior Euros, at a time when Sean Dodd, by his own admission, was out drinking and partying, and yet here they are, meeting as equals, and Dodd is giving it everything he's got.
Yeah, with a fair level of success as well. He's done not too badly in the first minute of this round, and there's Cardle taking more punches that he shouldn't be taking.
And the other eye's gone now as well, a little cut there to the left eye. Another decent shot coming in from Dodd. He got caught again though there.
I cannot believe how reckless Cardle is tonight. The hands down, look at it. Yep, that looks even worse, yep. No, he's been inviting trouble and he's got it.
Well, keep an eye on Terry O'Connor as well at the end of this round to see if that was caused by heads or a punch.
Well, this has been a good round so far for Dodd. This is a round that will give him a lot of confidence.
Especially the way he was starting to unravel at the end of the previous round. I mean, the legs definitely went at one point there. But here's Cardle again, sinking into body shots. That was a really nasty-looking body combination from Cardle.
Well, maybe we'll have to have a second look at Dodd, because he seems to have the ability to drag good fighters into the wrong kind of fight. He did it with Gary Buckland, and he's doing it again with Cardle. And
he's switch hitting. You alluded to this earlier. They expected that in the Cardle camp, but he's happy switching in and out of orthodox and southpaw, Dodd.
Well, there's a lot of movement in what Cardle's doing at the moment, but not really building anything out of range again. This has really been a good round for Dodd.
He's caught him again. And it's those big swinging right hands that are going to do more damage to Cardle's eye. And there's another one. And Cardle paws at that, at the blood that's coming down. And Mick Williamson is going to really earn his money now. Cardle just getting dragged into a toe-to-toe slug out with damaged eyes.
In the first 30 seconds, I was saying, you know, he was taking silly chances. I'm not the least bit surprised. I mean, no defence whatsoever from Cardle for the punches coming his way, and when the head clashes happen, he's going to take the brunt of them. He's going to come off worse because he's backing off with his head high. See, when your hands are down, Nick, then you lift your head high to pull away from punches. And that's what leaves you vulnerable, and there's the result. That's a nasty one. The one over the left eye.
Officially caused by a clash of heads, as we saw on the replay. Round 5. Of what so far has been an absorbing battle for this British lightweight title. And some good recent champions. Terry Flanagan has gone on to become a world champion. Anthony Crolla will hope to join Terry. Got a real good Manchester lightweights there, but then you look at the likes of Gavin Rees, Martin Gethin, Derry Matthews, John Murray. They've all held this title recently. Not too many duds in that lineup. And a lot of British lightweight champions, as you would know, Jim, go on to win world titles too.
Yeah, well, this is the springboard, but I'm quite surprised at how smart the boxing of Dodd is at the moment. You know, he's just taking his time, not worrying about what comes away, just waiting for the chance and then pouncing with both hands. Just look, taking his time, just trying to manoeuvre Cardle as the heads coming together again.
You saw the reaction from Cardle as the heads came together, and there's more blood. That might be an undercut, I think. Look, it's hard to say because there's so many little nicks and marks around Cardle's eyes and nose, but that looks like he could be cut between the eyes now. And now Dodd looking to try and establish the jab.
Well, I would have thought Dodd would have been the one showing the frustration by this point, but no. Cardle is kind of forcing everything, walking onto the right hand again. There it goes again.
Well, he took the Buckland fight at relatively short notice, although he was on the bill for a 6-rounder. He stepped up and grabbed that opportunity at very short notice. Now he's had plenty of time to prepare for this one. He's been able to just put work on hold, has devoted himself 100% to it. And as we saw in the 10-rounder against Buckland, who looked a shadow of what he'd once been, but always sets a pace, Dodd finished that fight strongly as well. I mean, we know he can go deep.
And he hasn't allowed Cardle to set anything up in this round. You know, he's been smart, just picking his moments, doing well with the range, just keeping himself out of harm's way. A little bit of flashy stuff there from Cardle, but not too many of those right hands are getting through it.
And Cardle's had to deal with cuts many times in his career. This won't be a new experience, but I don't remember cuts coming in 2s and 3s like this, Jim, this early in the fight. We're not even halfway yet. And it's really intelligent, precise work coming through from Masha Dodd now. He's just trying to worsen that damage.
Yeah, but again, he's keeping cool. Just picking his moments, just trying to measure the range. Sucking Cardle in. Good body shot there from Cardle, maybe partly blocked. But lovely boxing from Dodd.
To box and box and box and box, yeah?
Press your beds in the middle one and that one and that one. Press your beds, that one.
Okay, yeah? See me? Yeah. Right, you've got to box on the back foot. Let him come onto your front.
Wipe round his eye. Just wipe. Just while I'm holding it, that's it. Good boy. Go on, just round. That's it. Lovely. And just here, that's it. Lovely.
Okay, listen. Box and box and box, and when it comes, counter, bang, bang. Yeah? Move, jab, it's got a sloppy jab.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Yep, the heads coming again and again. Cardle coming off worse because he's the one standing tall. He's the shorter of the two, but he's the one standing tall.
You just saw the comment from Alex Arthur there, echoing what you've been saying, Jim. I mean, Cardle might get through this, but he's making it very, very hard for himself. And Masha Dodd, on the fight of his life, is putting in a terrific effort.
I think this will be heartbreaking for Dodd if this stops. No, seems we're okay.
Well, all 3 cuts, we can confirm, all 3 have been officially ruled as head clashes. But we're not even halfway. And already Cardle has been given a little examination from the doctor, and he's getting quite an examination here from Dodd.
See, I think Dodd's keeping it simple, but not making mistakes. So any success that Cardle gets is on the work for it. And there we go again, letting both hands go, Dodd. Terrific effort here from him.
Well, he went back to his corner at the end of the third round, didn't he? And basically just got refocused by Sean Trodden, and he's doing terrific ever since. Another big right hand getting through. Cardle just cannot block these right hands.
Because he has no defence. He never has had a defence, and at this level, that's where it starts to let you down, especially over a 12-round distance. When you start to tire, your defences are even more open. This is a terrific effort again from Dodd.
He really is landing some terrific shots, and they're eye-catching shots as well. He'll be impressing the judges, never mind what it's doing to Cardle's psyche. You heard Joe Gallagher in the corner there saying, box him, box him. But Cardle has been dragged into something that Dodd would have wanted.
See, Dodd is not making any mistakes. Cardle is trying to draw the leads to counter, but Dodd will not oblige. He's picking his moments when he wants to throw the punch. He's backing off. But Cardle shows the little feint.
And this, let us not forget, Jim, a relative novice. This is his 12th fight, Dodd. This isn't some seasoned old pro who's learned a lot of tricks. It's a guy that wasn't in a ring. What a lovely shot that was from Dodd. Well, if nothing else, Jim, he's shown that the Buckland win wasn't some kind of fluke and he just got lucky and hit the jackpot.
But there again, Cardle gets some punches off, then stands there and he's countered with absolutely no defence.
Just trying to blast his way through here, Cardle now, but again, leaving himself open when he does.
Dodd cannot miss at times here. He's hot this time. That's the back of the head.
And he'll get a
back of the head goes through. That well, okay. Good referees. Don't break the flow. We'll have a word with him maybe at the end of the round.
But Cardle, you just get the sense he's getting really anxious and tense here, and he's the one that's starting to load up now. And he's cut high on the scalp now as well, Scotty Cardle. Let's go over to Jamie Moore as there's celebrations from Dodd. Let's hear what Jamie makes of this with Ed.
Well, Jamie, the first surprise seems to be how often Dodd is able to land that right hand.
Yeah, he's got an odd style, Ed. He sort of seems to be able to... He's got like an unconventional style where he seems to manoeuvre you into positions and makes you make mistakes. Cardle is making mistakes off his own back though sometimes. He's leaning his head over, his hands are dangling by his side. At points in time where, you know, he may have landed a shot or two and he should be getting his head out of the way and using his lateral movement. So he's making a few mistakes, but I'd rather give Dodd credit for making him make those mistakes because, you know, it can't be a fluke. He did it last time out in the eliminator. He's doing it this time. He's performing really well. He's conserving his energy. He's boxing like an experienced pro, and you know he's 32, but he's not got that many rounds under his belt. He's boxing superb. I've got it 4-2.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. And I think he summed it up very well there. Give credit to Dodd because that's where the credit is due. Be interesting to see how you're reading this one, Jim, because for me, this is razor tight as we get to the second half.
Well, that's how I've got it. I had Cardle getting off to a decent start in the first 3 rounds, although he was making mistakes. But I thought Dodd has been terrific in the last 3 rounds. Squared things up. Jamie's just saying he has Dodd a couple of points up at this stage. I mean, there's another quality shot, and it's coming from the challenger.
There's confirmation of how Jim's reading it, and also confirmation there of Terry O'Connor doing what a good referee would do, and just bringing it to the attention when there was a break in the action right at the start of the round, just settling them both down. But Cardle is blood from all over the place. He's trying to get back on his toes a little bit here, Scotty Cardle. He does move well. His upper body movement, his reflexes have always been good, and he's got to start using these skills where he is superior to Dodd. He's got to start using it to his advantage.
He's got to be drawing leads. He can't wait until Dodd wants to throw the punch, because when he does that, Dodd is ready to back off if it misses. A lovely right hand again from Dodd, doing all the right things. A little bit ungainly at times the way he throws the punches, but very effective. See, not doing anything silly, not making mistakes. Cardle's trying to draw the leads from him so as he can counter, but again, not obliging.
That got through. That right hand from Cardle. Oh, the response is all right from Dodd. He's got to find a response when Cardle does land solid.
I think Cardle has to put more combinations out, because he's been countered too often when he just puts ones and twos out. He's got to keep this fella occupied when he takes it to him, and I don't think he's doing that enough. Oh, nip and tuck again, both landing.
Every time Cardle lands a decent shot, Dodd is coming back, as he is here.
And those were better looking punches from Dodd.
But now Dodd is cut around the left eye. Now, was that a punch or was that a head clash? But Cardle is starting to turn it up again here. And again, Dodd is finding a response. What a good fight this is.
Look, a British champion should not be taking as many punches as Scotty Cardle is taking here. No defence, not thinking what he's doing. He's too fired up. I cannot believe yet another man has underestimated Dodd. Terrific work from Dodd again.
And I tell you, those 1,200 fans that have come across from Birkenhead, they are making a lot of noise, and why not? Dodd has got them on their feet. Terrific effort from him. Another great round. Real drama and excitement here.
No, you're not.
But one man not loving it is Scotty Cardle.
It's just ragged. You have to hold your composure, all right? Just walking on it, silly shot, Scott. Jamie. Big breath, suck it up.
Just been told from his corner that he's walking on to silly shots. It's when he throws his own punches, he's not thinking about what's coming back. He's standing there with his hands down, his head high, and this is the result of that. Face a mess.
Hook to the body. You've thrown one the whole fight in 7 rounds. Okay, you've got to take that body. You can't feeling this.
Corners 10 seconds.
Staying there taking shots, son. Okay. Jamie.
10 seconds out.
Come on.
That's an anxious corner. I don't think they expected this. Round 8.
I mean,
it's close.
You cannot imagine this is the way Cardle was preparing in the gym, with the quality that they've got in that gym. Why is he out performing like this? There is no way this is how he prepared to deal with this opponent. I do not believe it. I don't know if he's just lost the place, too fired up. I don't know. He's been outboxed at the moment. Dodd is the clever one at the moment.
And he's certainly being out-countered. I mean, Dodd is catching him into lovely counters. And I must admit, Jim, while you're looking at Cardle and evaluating him, I'm just watching Masha Dodd and saying this is a 12-fight novice. I can't believe it.
Yeah, well, I can't believe how cool he's keeping himself. Just picking his moments to go to work. Clever there. Always with a counter punch ready. Always the last word in an exchange. Doesn't matter what comes his way, he finds the last word. Cardle out of range again.
Yeah. Well, this is reminding me of the night Curtis Woodhouse beat Darren Hamilton, another big underdog who came away with the Lonsdale belt against all the odds. Is Masha Dodd going to follow where Woodhouse blazed that trail a couple of years ago? And in many ways, that would be an even bigger story. Because here's a guy you can barely believe has got his shot like this. Again, Cardle Getting tagged, getting caught, not throwing a lot of punches now. He's starting to think about what he's trying to do.
Well, Nick, you better remind me which one's the 11 fight novice again.
I know. I mean, for the first time in the fight, and for the first time in his career that I can remember, Jim, Cardle looks like a guy that's running out of ideas, and he may be running out of gas.
Well, 18 fights without really having a defence. You don't develop it suddenly on the night when you need it, and he needs a tighter defence than he's shown tonight. He's doing it the hard way, and that's not his style. Missing badly there.
Yet again, Dodd keeping a nice shape. Cardle lunging and reaching, leaving himself open. Dodd picking him off again. There's another lunge from Cardle.
Now, see it again, Nick. This is not the way Cardle prepared. I do not understand why he's boxing like this. Going to look at the injury on Dodd's eye here, and that we're okay.
Well, that is trickling down the side. I mean, oh, again, caught him with the right hand. Dodd, really nice shot. And it's a bit of a despondent look about Scotty Cardle as he went back to his corner there.
All right, you can't be throwing.
Now listen, same again, Matt. Okay, look me boxing. See what I'm doing? He's getting tired. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Don't you get sloppy? Yeah. Don't you get sloppy? Okay.
It's good to see that the fight fraternity are enjoying this one. You saw Spencer Oliver's comment on what he thought of Masha Dodd. He's got him ahead. Spike O'Sullivan, will be seeing plenty of him in the weeks to come. He's enjoying it too. They're not enjoying it in this corner.
Because you smart boxing brain, you've got a boxing brain. Use it. Work them out of the shots.
How often has he been saying that tonight?
Well, that's echoing what I'm saying, Nick. There is no way Scotty Cardle prepared to box like this tonight. You know, the quality they have in that gym and the way he must have prepared, but he's just left everything back in the dressing room.
Now, when he won his title, Scotty Cardle, against the tough Welshman Craig Evans back at the O2, that was nip and tuck for 8 rounds. Cardle put together a very strong finish to win it on the cards. He needed to. He's going to need to do something exactly the same here.
See, everything from Cardle tonight has been forced. You know, it's not the smoothness that we expect from him.
It's a brighter start.
The energy.
It's a brighter start to this round up for him, Jim. He's landed some very solid body shots, continuing to work the body. And he really is upping the tempo here, Cardle. Now, can he get a breakthrough?
Well, this is what he has to do, Nick. Keep throwing the punches, because when he lets a couple of punches go, he's been countered every time. He has to keep this fellow occupied when he takes it to him.
And Dodd's got to dig in here and go with it.
And that was nice, clever stuff there from Cardle.
And just as an aside, Jim, every time we've been into the Dodd corner, I've been so impressed with the way those guys are just handling this fight, managing their boxer. Sean Trodden, Danny Kelly, what a nice job those guys are doing.
Clever stuff again from Cardle. We're seeing some skill at long last. So Dodd will have to do what he does best, take it to him with both hands blazing.
Now Cardle has slowed down after that big burst. He really attacked in the first minute of this round. Now he's looking to try and measure the shots a bit more again. Just lunging in and running the risk of getting a bit more damage.
Some clever evasive action here, but you have to slip the punches and then get your own punches off. But Dodd is backing off, just keeps measuring the range perfectly. Not been so busy in this round, Dodd.
And remember, Dodd has only done the 10 rounds once. That was last time out. Cardle has had many area title fights ahead of British title fights. He's got the edge and experience the longer it goes as well. And a little bit wild again there, Dodd, but again, he just digs in. You've just got to admire the fact that he regroups so quickly, Masha Dodd.
I mean, Cardle has never made any use of the jab all night long, which is also a surprise.
We heard from Jamie Moore. Let's bring in Tony Bellew with Ed.
Well, it's such an intriguing fight, Tony. First of all, how are you scoring it?
I find it's very close. You know, I think Cardle maybe won ahead. It's going very much like the Evans fight when Cardle had. It's been really close up to the 8 rounds, and now we're at a stage where his experience might kind of take over. Dodd seems to have taken that round off a little bit, but everything he lands at, he's landing, and you know, the defensive Scotty just isn't there.
He's not wasting anything at all, is he?
No, he's not. He's throwing straight arm shots, bent arm shots, and he's really digging in at times. Like I say, he seems like he took that last round off, but all the way through the fight, he seems to be getting better and better as the fight goes on. You know, I thought early on he didn't really know much about Cardle and was taking his time, but now everything's close, landing, and it's all to go for now with, you know, these last 3 rounds coming up.
7 years.
Seconds out, round 10.
Well, this is a massive round for Masha Dodd for me, because Cardle enjoyed probably the best round he's had in a long time in that last round. And if he is, as Tony said, and as we've wondered as well, if he is replicating what he did against Craig Evans, he might just pull this away, but he's going to have to do it from behind on your card, Jim.
Yeah, I still have him 1 point behind, but this is the crucial part of the fight. This is when the experience, when pacing, you know, comes into play. Although looking at Dodd, he's paced it so well all night long, he hasn't wasted anything. But this is the stage in the fight when experience is vital. Using the jab that we haven't seen all night long there, Cardle. I expected to see the first few rounds jabbing all the way, but not. He wanted to take it to Dodd, and he's paid the price with the injuries. Dodd looking a little bit slower there in his movements. They're probably watching the heads, and that's the inside of the glove they're worried about.
Yeah, and a more measured look about Scotty Cardle. Looking a little bit weary there, Dodd. And again, that big right hand missed a long way.
And Cardle should really, with his experience, have punished that miss. I mean, that was a tired-looking punch, and Cardle didn't come back with anything, but he's beginning to look the boss again, Cardle.
Yeah, and I think Dodd is really feeling this. That's a solid jab getting through, and I think Dodd is finding this very heavy going here. And then he just cracks in another right hand. And comes out of his shell, as he has to, with a minute left in the round. Another solid right hand, and again, Cardle, we've been saying it all night, he just doesn't stop these right hands, and Dodd is finishing the round much better than he started it. He's found another gear from somewhere.
Yep. Terrific stuff again.
Big uppercut. Dodd going for the finish here. What a transformation. Cardle ducking and diving and rocking and trying to find somewhere to go. And just hanging on to his title now, Cardle. But that was a big effort that came in from Dodd, and he's still on Cardle's case. What an effort.
Dodd is not a huge puncher, but he rocked Cardle against the ropes. There was a terrific assault.
And then Cardle comes digging back, and he's landed some hard shots. Terrific round this, in what's been a wonderful fight.
You just have to ask, who will this round take the most out of? Huge punches landed by Dodd. For me, the better punches in this round have come from Dodd. Even the little spell Cardle had on top, it didn't match that quality. Terrific round.
I thought he was tiring in that round, and then he came back with that. But then, to Cardle's credit, he rode it out. Really good fight, this. This is what a British title fight is all about.
That was a huge attack from Dodd. He looked to be tiring. His punches looked a little bit tired. Suddenly, he came to life. And at times a less experienced referee could have stepped in there, the way Cardle's head was being rolled about by the punches. But to Cardle's credit, he took the shots and kept throwing back, and that's the reason he's still in there. But these punches were flush. Then managed to turn things back in his favour, but no, I feel with the same quality that we'd seen from Sean Dodd.
Whatever happens from here, what a night this man has had. And what an opening to our evening's boxing here at Liverpool, one we've been looking forward to for a long time. Yet again, it's a British title fight that brings out the best in a couple of boxers. What is it about that Lonsdale belt? Who can find two really good rounds? That might be the difference between taking that Lonsdale belt home tonight and going away wondering what might have been. There's certainly the consensus, whichever way you've got it, whether you've got Cardle ahead, whether you've got Dodd ahead, it's very, very close.
Well, the previous round was one you could see how you liked. That's how I liked it for Dodd. I thought his work was the better of the two. There wasn't a lot to split them when punches landed. So I really have a huge finish required from Cardle to hang on to his title.
Dodd's done the same in this round as he did in the last round. Just done almost nothing for the first minute or so. Let's see if he'll open up. The difference is he took a lot of punishment in the first minute of that last round. Cardle has not been able to punish him in this round. This round is still up for grabs at the halfway point.
Good body shot there from Cardle. Body shots at this stage in this kind of fight can take their toll. A nice jab as well there from Cardle. He's seen some clever stuff.
He's landed the better body shots throughout, but he has been so open to those headshots, especially those right hands. Again, here's Max Dodd in southpaw stance, then switches back out of it. He's been in and out of there.
Now, Cardle's doing well here. He's using the jab to decent effect as well, trying the uppercut. Body shot again from Cardle.
And here comes Dodd again, opening up. He got an uppercut in there. And again, clean shots landing on the head of Scotty Cardle. And this is where Cardle, if he does lose that movement that we've been talking about, his thing of keeping the gloves low, as you talked about, Jim, it's going to catch him out.
He does look in really good shape, Cardle, though. You know, he's still looking strong. His legs, the reflexes, although he's making so many mistakes, the reflexes are still there. And the strength of the leg, there's that right hand again. Lack of defence.
Once again, Dodd going to work. Got caught with a big right hand counter there, Dodd, but has got through it. He's pacing these rounds like an old pro.
He's left this one too late for me, Dodd. Big punches he's landing, but he's left it late, as far as I'm concerned, for winning the round.
Eye-catching stuff though in the last 30 seconds from Max Dodd. It's going to come down to one big 3-minute push. Dodd is celebrating as he miscounted here. Everybody's on their feet. A lot of people think this is all over. It's not.
Yeah, well, again, Dodd started the round off the pace a little bit, but didn't find the finisher that he found in the previous round. Cardle's pulled himself back together, started using the jab, but there you go, all night long. We've had to witness that. Beautiful, accurate right-hand counters from Dodd.
They can't be looking for right hooks to the head. They've not landed all night, son.
A fellow pro. He's got Dodd ahead. Remember a couple of rounds ago, Spencer Oliver said the same as well. I wonder how Spencer's card is looking now, though.
Well, I still have Dodd 1 point up at the moment.
Suck up, yeah.
But our cards don't matter. But for me, Cardle needs a big round here to hang on to his title. It's all there for Sean Dodd.
Is Scotty Cardle going to turn it around in the late rounds again, like he did when he won this belt? Or is the fairy tale going to come true? We'll know in just under 3 minutes. Confirmation there of Jim's card. Nothing in it. So close. Around here and there. Bit of tape comes loose from the left glove of Masha Dodd.
Well, at least it's happened at the beginning of the round, which is good. Because this could well, the fight could well hinge on this round. This one has to be close.
And remember, if it is a draw, and it could be, Cardle will keep his crown. Another big effort coming in here from Masha Dodd. Cardle looking to attack the body again. Dodd just putting everything on the line here. Another big right hand. Cardle has really soaked up some punishment tonight, but Dodd continues just to pound away. He's giving Cardle no room to work.
He's doing exactly the right thing, Sean Dodd. Don't allow a boxing match.
Cardle's nailed him. He's in big trouble now. One big punch from Cardle could have turned this around. Can Dodd recover? He's still in trouble. Cardle's going for him. And still 90 seconds or so left. And Dodd just hanging on. Everything went there from Masha Dodd for a while, and he's still trying to get the legs working properly.
Tough to come back at this stage in such a grueling fight from a big punch like that. Dodd is doing his best to do that.
And Cardle really senses that he could still do this with the stoppage. Because Dodd is in desperate trouble. Another big right hand from Cardle. Dodd just trying to survive.
This is what being a champion is all about, Scotty Cardle. This is what you have to do. Give everything you've got. This is terrific stuff from Cardle.
Dodd somehow staying up and now goes.
That knocked down. They stopped the fight. He stopped it. It's over.
Oh.
It's over.
Well, you can hear the reaction to Terry O'Connor's decision, but he was in big trouble.
He was in big trouble, but he deserved the count in the last round of a British title fight. The kid deserved the count to see if the 8 seconds can clear his head. I feel so sorry for him. Maybe I'm speaking with my heart rather than my head. He was in big trouble, but he was biting the bullet. He was doing everything he could to get through this. He was well in the fight. We were in the very last round. I think a count and then make your mind up. Because there was a knockdown. It's not as though he was standing up taking punches. The referee has to make a quick decision. He was on the floor, so Big Terry O'Connor did have time to assess the situation, think about it, give him a standing, a mandatory 8 count, then make his mind up. I think maybe he just made his mind up a little bit too quick for me. I'm not saying he was wrong. I'm just saying for me he was a little bit quick, but as I say, this is what a champion is all about. When you need it, you dig it out and dish it out. That was a terrific response from Scotty Cardle. But he's going to take a lot of lessons away from this performance tonight.
He really is, as we see the finish once again.
The crowd are not happy, Nick, because of the stoppage.
Well, I can tell you why.
And I can't argue with them.
I can tell you why, as Masha Dodd just takes the applause now. Masha was up on 2 cards, one of those cards by 4, but the other one just by 1. But as we look at the stoppage again, you have to just admire, well, both of them, you have to admire what Masha Dodd has brought to this tonight as we see the stoppage once more. Terry O'Connor, as you say, never even gave him a count, just waved it off.
I mean, he did collapse to the floor. Maybe that's what worried the referee. He collapsed to the floor when maybe he should have been looking into the ring. He was looking out. Just feel so sorry for Dodd.
And there's the reaction. Scott Quigg, the stablemate of Scotty Cardle. Father Joe in there as well, and Cardle looks too exhausted to even celebrate. Hard fight, hard night. But Scotty Cardle found a way to get it done. But you have to feel so much sympathy for Masha Dodd. An extraordinary fight, it really was.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, referee Terry O'Connor will bring together both boxers, and I am sure you will agree that both boxers deserve our respect. Please, your appreciation for both boxers in the ring. The end comes at 1 minute and 58 seconds of round number 12. When referee Terry O'Connor stops the contest, in his opinion, Sean Dodd in no condition to continue. The winner, he is still the British lightweight champion from Lytham St Anne's, Scotty Cardle.
A night Scotty Cardle is not going to forget in a hurry, and a night Masha Dodd.
And please, ladies and gentlemen, show your appreciation for a very worthy challenger, Sean Masha Dodd.
Just listen to that for Masha Dodd. He deserves every bit of this. And Scotty Cardle, as you said, Jim, showed what a champion is all about. There was that one big punch that started the unraveling process, and he didn't let him off the hook.
See, after the 11 rounds, the way those guys went at that, a big punch, you know, in the 12th round, you don't have the powers of recovery. You know, your punch resistance is not what it was, obviously, earlier in the fight, and it just seemed to take everything away from Dodd. He collapsed to the floor, so I can understand the reason that Terry O'Connor did stop the fight. I would have preferred him to count and then make his mind up, you know, make a decision, not a reaction. That's the way I look at it. But I feel even worse now for the kid when I hear he was up on two of the scorecards. What a tragedy for him.
Only by 1 point on one of those cards, but up by 4 on the other. But yeah, we will never know how it would have ended on the cards. But what a night. Terrific, terrific scrap between these two for that British lightweight belt.
Scotty, congratulations, dramatic 12th round winner, but do you feel you needed that?
100%. I've been tested in the pros. I've never been tested like this man. This man's a warrior. He really dug deep. And to be fair, if it was anybody else, he would have won it. I had to really grit my teeth for that fight, and luckily enough, I got it.
You thought you were behind at the time of the stoppage? 2 judges did have shown up.
For me, I was behind every round, and that's how I look at it. I was behind every round. So the only result was to knock him out. Luckily, I done that, but I can't deny he's one tough man, and every credit to him. And 100% rematch, he deserves that.
Sean, we'll get onto that in a sec, but first of all, what did you think about the timing of the stoppage?
You know, look, I'm a fighter. I'm in there to fight. Listen, I wanted to say thanks to everyone who's come out today. Everyone's support, superb. Show Scott the respect. He's a 2 champion, please.
You didn't get the win, but you shocked a lot of people this evening.
Yeah, you know, the ref's doing his job, so I've got no say in that. I'm in there doing my thing. You know, I just got a bit eager, and the last round I should have boxed a little bit on the back foot, picked them off. I knew I had a little bit more in the tank to do it, but I just got thrown into a fight because that's what we are, we're fighters, and we're paid entertainers, and I'm hoping everyone enjoyed the fight. You know, I hope everyone enjoyed the entertainment, and we'll be back to do it again. So as long as everyone's happy, I'm happy.
Well, let's hope there's a rematch. A word with promoter Eddie Hearn. That's the logical thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I felt like the referee stopped it too early, in my opinion. It was a great fight. It was a minute and 40 to go. 100% got to see the rematch. It was a great fight. Sean Dodd, he beat Gary Buckland. He was doing a fantastic job against Scotty Cardle. We have to see this fight again, 100%.
Well done to all of you.
Well, what a night, what a way to start the night. First of all, the stoppage. How did you play it?
Do you know what, Johnny? It's really tough when you're in that scenario because he went down heavy, went against the ropes, and he looked like his legs were completely gone. I think the worst thing you can do in that kind of scenario is jump up too quick. And that's what I think he done. As he jumps so quick, he stumbles a bit in the referee. He doesn't pause and give him a chance.
He was hurt before he actually went down, and the referee was giving him as much chances and as much space as possible until he went down, Jamie.
Yeah, he was on his way down. There was a shot which, just before he stumbled and fell, landed. So you can class that as he wouldn't have gone down without the punch landed. So he was quite in his right, the referee, to give him a standing 8 count, which he should have done. He should have seen if he could recover. If he didn't recover, then fair enough, stop the fight.
So you agree he was hurt?
Of course he was hurt. Well, let's have it right. Scotty Cardle was hurt at the end of the 10th round, and he didn't go down. He could have easily stopped him on his feet. So You know, there was 2 cases.
He's not given him a chance to stand up and look in his eyes.
That's right.
And that's what's not fair, John. That's all you want as a fighter.
But that might be down to inexperience. That's his 12th professional fight, remember? And we were sat there ringside watching that fight thinking, this kid's a raw novice and look what he's doing. What a performance.
It wasn't really his inexperience because it was the referee's job to make a decision, and he made it too rationally. He should have stood him up, looked in his eyes, as Tony said, and made a judgment then. He didn't. He did it with his back towards him.
He made the judgment when he's trying to get up. Let the boy stand up and look in his eyes.
Okay, let's talk performance. How much did you rate Dodd's performance? We'll get to the winning eventually.
Do you know what I think with Dodd is? He overachieves because he's so... everybody underestimates him, so he overachieves. Yeah,
he's unorthodox. He's hard to read. He makes you make mistakes in a weird sort of way.
He knows what he's doing at the time because
it's so hard to read.
Were you surprised how Scotty Cardle was so easily hit? Do you think Scotty Cardle just had no respect for Dodd's punch power?
The worst thing that happened in this fight was Scotty Cardle took the best Sean Dodd had in them first 2 rounds. He hit him clean on the button and Cardle didn't feel it. So all the respect had gone. And then all it was about was for Cardle was let's load up, nail him to the body, nail him to the head as hard as he can. And all them big nailing heavy shots, they didn't hit Dodd. And Dodd keeps tapping away.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
So he was taking the shots, no problem. But that made him take more shots.
Yeah, that made him take more shots. And his defence went out the window, Johnny.
Cardle was very, very honest in the interview, and maybe too overcritical of his own performance because he thought he lost every round, but he said, you know what, we've got to do this fight again.
To be fair, he didn't say he lost every round. He said I felt I was behind in every round. So he was always chasing the fight. And to give Scotty Cardle credit, he stuck in there. He had terrible cut.
Show champions mentality.
Exactly that. And I feel he will be the one, if they have a rematch, who will get better from that.
I believe 100% the person who's going to learn the most from that is Scotty Cardle, because he has the tools, Johnny, to make adjustments and rematch. Dodd is what he is.
That's why it's so sickening what's happened.
We can talk all night about this. What a scrap, what a fight. So Scotty Cardle retains the Lonsdale belt to remain unbeaten. Got to see that again. More lightweight action coming next. As former 2